Right then, people, we're back inside the building. Just gone 4 minutes past 9 here. It's Trickstar Radio, and we are inside with today's very special guest as we jump into interview hour. A man like Misbah joins us on the phone. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing, Kobe?
I'm good, man, I'm good. It's good to get you back on the show. It's becoming a bit of a regular occurrence, this.
Yeah, man, I'm happy to be back. I mean, you've got such huge guests always coming through. It's nice to get my little mug on here.
No, it's always a pleasure having you on, man. It's always good to get you in because there's always we always end up having good conversations and kind of looking through interesting things. And obviously, you joined us on Brekkie in the Cave, I think about sort of 4 or 5 months ago now. And then before that, you were on just before Christmas as well. So it's been good. It's almost like a bi-yearly catch up we seem to do.
Yes, like a quarterly thing.
Yeah, let's go.
A quarterly roundup.
We'll lock it in. Misbah's half hour. We'll make it part of the show. So kind of with that then, obviously back then you were kind of talking a lot more about getting much more involved with sort of design work, and obviously there's a lot of differences seemingly around Europe compared to the UK currently. Just a bit of an update. How are things over your way in Barcelona?
So in Barcelona, we're not in full lockdown like what you guys are in the UK. But at the same time, life for me has. What month did I speak to you last?
I think it was around. I think it was probably late April. I think it was.
Well, I mean, for me, my life is changing in quite a reasonably big way. I'm gonna be. Well, this is the first time I'm saying this publicly, but I'm going to be having a baby.
Oh, so, wow. Oh, congratulations, man. Congratulations.
And thank you. So since then, I've just been focusing on preparing myself for that. So working and also just basically, the second bit from that is because of that, we're coming back to the UK.
Oh, wow.
So I'm preparing to come back to the UK, find a job, and part of that has been leveling up myself. Design-wise, and also, it's also meant we've not been able to go out and socialise as much. So lockdown has been a good time for us, really. Well, it's ended up being quite nice in a way.
I can imagine, bro. Well, honestly, congratulations, man. That's awesome news. Obviously, hearing about the little one. Are you excited?
I'm incredibly excited. It's my first, so I'm kind of looking forward to January. Hoping the last kind of 10 weeks go quite quickly.
Amazing, man. I mean, you must be absolutely buzzing with it. And then obviously moving back to the UK as well. So kind of with that then, are you going to be looking to getting into more sort of design full time when you move back?
Well, yeah, this is the thing. I've been doing freelance for the last 4 years or so, but balanced with everything else in my life. And this year I kind of brought the Misdigest project, which I've been doing for like last almost 10 years, not to a close, but just I felt like we did quite well with our raves. Our last one was in Razzmatazz, the main room. It was quite, it's probably one of the last big raves that was going to be there was this year. So to end on that, I felt like it was quite nice. And now I've just been focusing on developing myself and my own brand as a designer. So hopefully next year back and find myself a full-time position somewhere and pay my bills.
Awesome, man. Well, I mean, kind of with that then, it's been quite obvious. I've seen your sort of I've seen your name around a fair bit in regards to releases. Like, how have you found that sort of freelance stuff? Like, who have you been working with?
Well, this year's been quite good, actually, in terms of, I feel like, because everyone's been locked down, they've been quite busy. So there's a lot of work coming out, and I've been really lucky to work with some really brilliant artists. Like, I did the artwork for Ale from Summer Club's release, Lucky 13, earlier this year, which I was really happy with. And then that was the first bit of 3D work I did, because I taught myself Cinema 4D this year. So did that. I did the logo for JT the Goon. I was really proud of. I've done a rebrand for Simply Deep out to Aerotonin every time. I've also done there's been lots of work, to be fair. Always doing bits and bobs for Chameleon Audio and Mojo. And now my brain starts to. Well, actually, even I don't know. I did a updated design for Loud Papers. It's a smoking paper company in the UK.
Oh, wow.
And then, because I a couple of years back, I did the packaging design for their smoking papers. So they've got a new one coming out, so I did the updated version of that.
So it definitely sounds like you've got like a lot. It's not necessarily just music then, and it's not necessarily people just working in the same sort of field. It really is expanding to an extent.
Yeah, man. This is the hope, as in like I'm a multidisciplinary. I like to throw that word around, but like just trying to be available for people's projects. I've done. Most recently, I've just dropped a campaign with the Keep Hush merch service for a new sort of. I wouldn't call it a full-on brand yet, but I've been playing around with this idea of recycle. It's quite a nice symbolism to design around. So I've did a couple test T-shirts earlier this year, which got picked up by some people. And now, I've just launched this campaign with Keep Hush last week. So
amazing, man.
That's a nice way to end it.
I mean, the whole thing of it sounding good. It's really good that you've been so busy with it as well. Like, something I was going to ask. Obviously, you spoke there about quite briefly about sort of teaching yourself sort of 4D design. Like, how have you found that idea of expanding the sort of knowledge base? Like, how have you found that it's been? Have you been able to kind of use it in designs that you've been doing?
Well, you know what it is. I feel like a lot of the time when designers are working, they're trying to get some texture and depth into their projects. And I've spent the last couple of years using Illustrator. I'm not really that great on Photoshop, but picking up Cinema 4D has really changed things for me because, at its base, obviously, because you've got 3D, you've got scenes, you can use all these different textures. It gives you that photorealism that sometimes people are trying to get in their EP covers, but they just end up looking maybe similar. Like, I don't want to call out anyone, but how many times have you seen that plastic overlay on a EP cover? Like, everyone's kind of uses similar sort of stock. So being able to move away from what other people are doing and be completely original has been quite nice. How helped me.
Just something I did want to ask, like, how do you, it's a big question, I suppose, but how do you be completely original in a world where, realistically, where so many people are able to work as creatives? Like, how in the design sense are you able to maintain that real sense of originality?
I think it's a difficult one. I mean, obviously, you look at Instagram and there's all of these repost pages where they're reposting certain styles of artwork, and you realize a lot of people are making things quite similar. But I suppose the thing for me is it's about my process. I get people to write out quite a clear brief. Once I've got the brief, I do sketches, and I'm terrible at drawing, but the sketches at least help me to visualize how I want to respond to the work. And then from there, I take it from there to Illustrator most of the time, and then from Illustrator I then go into Cinema 4D. So I've taken my vectors, make them, and then you can kind of, and that way, at least for me, each project comes out a little bit different. But yeah, it's really, sometimes you think you're being really original, and then you look online and then you're like, fuck, that's actually really similar to this one.
No, that must be a draining feeling if you see that.
Yeah, I know, but I've got to say, whilst I'm talking about originality, I've got to say, I've got big ups to Mungo and Rachel Noble, because they've been on this 3D stuff since I was in London, really, like 5 years ago, and they've always been pushing the bracket out, and I always kind of wanted to figure out how they did what they did. So this year, actually starting to learn it, it's kind of given me even more respect for how good they are at their craft. Like, they're the gods in this shit. Sorry, they're the gods in this. So.
Amazing, yeah, though, man. So, it's been really, really good to kind of hear about the kind of advancements you're making more than anything else, because as I said, it's not just in music where you're getting the design bits out there. You're doing a lot more sort of clothing stuff to an extent, like that sort of side of things. Obviously, working on on just general brand work as well. But obviously, you have been working on a few releases with people. Now, as far as I'm aware, the tracks you sent over this morning are for releases that you have actually done the artwork for.
Yes, they are. Yes,
okay,
they are.
Cool, wicked. So we're going to get into this one next then. Mojo, Jake Bob, Big Dog Yogo, and Ruggs. It goes by the name of Stand Up. Like, what? Talk to me about this tune.
So, I think the key thing, which when Mojo sent this over to me, is he's actually sung the hook on this one. It's the first one that he's sung on, laid his vocals into properly. So, I think he was really proud of it, and. Yeah, he's obviously a long-time collaborator of Jake Bob and Big Dog Yogo, and Rugs I've not heard that much about, but yeah, I really like this song, and so I was happy to be able to do one more bit of artwork for CA before the year was over. What do you think of this one?
Well, this is the first time for me listening to it, so we're going to get into it now, and I'm going to get to enjoy it first time live on air. It's the best thing in the world.
Amazing. A bit of a COVID reaction.
Trust me, I need to get a camera in here when I do these live reactions. We're going to go into this one now. They've just gone 14 minutes past 9. We are live on Trickstar Radio. Don't go anywhere, my friends.
With CubCamTV.
Trickstar Radio.